Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. Photoresist, a term that sounds a bit professional, actually plays a vital role in people's lives. It is a key material for chip manufacturing. Without it, China's mobile phones, computers and other electronic products cannot be produced normally. However, a worrying fact is that 90% of the world's photoresists are produced by Japan. This means that if Japan suddenly stops supplying, China's chip industry will face huge challenges. So, in the face of this potential risk of supply interruption, what should Chinese people do? The importance of photoresist. First of all, China must understand what photoresist is. Simply put, photoresist is like a special glue that can accurately print complex circuit patterns on chips. This process is like China cutting out words from newspapers and then sticking them on the wall to paint, except that photoresist works on micron-level silicon wafers with extremely high precision requirements. In chip manufacturing, photoresist plays a vital role. Whether it is the processor in a mobile phone or computer, or the control chip in a new energy vehicle, photoresist is indispensable. It can be said that photoresist is the magician of chip manufacturing, which can make chips have powerful functions. Japan's monopoly on photoresist. However, what is worrying is that Japanese companies currently account for up to 90% of the global photoresist market. This means that if Japan suddenly stops supplying, China's chip industry will face a huge impact. In fact, this concern is not groundless. In recent years, Japan has used its monopoly in the field of photoresists to implement semiconductor industrial material review and control in South Korea, resulting in a rapid decline in the yield of Samsung chips in South Korea. Japanese photoresist companies not only invest heavily in research and development, but also try to control the upstream and downstream supply chains by monopolizing the market to form a closed supply loop. This closed loop not only makes it difficult for other countries to catch up quickly, but also increases the instability of the supply chain. What is the impact of the Japanese supply crisis on China? If Japan really stops supplying photoresists, what challenges will China's chip industry face? First, the production and research and development of chips will be directly affected. Without photoresists, chip manufacturing cannot be carried out, which will lead to tight chip supply and rising prices. For ordinary people, this means that China needs to pay higher prices when buying electronic products. Secondly, the development of high-tech industries will also be dragged down. Chips are the core components of high-tech industries. Whether it is artificial intelligence, 5G communications or the Internet of Things, they are inseparable from the support of chips. If there is a problem with chip supply, the development of these high-tech industries will also be seriously affected. In addition, the supply crisis may also trigger a series of chain reactions. For example, due to tight chip supply, some companies may reduce production or postpone the release of new products, which will further aggravate the contradiction between market supply and demand. How should China respond? Faced with the potential risk of supply interruption, what should Chinese people do? First of all, staying calm and rational is the key. Although the supply crisis sounds terrible, China does not need to panic too much. The government and enterprises are actively responding to this challenge and have taken a series of measures to reduce risks. Secondly, China can pay attention to and support the development of domestic photoresists. In recent years, domestic photoresist companies are continuously increasing their R&D investment and improving production technology and process levels. By supporting the development of domestic photoresists, China can reduce its dependence on imported photoresists, thereby reducing potential risks. In addition, China can also pay attention to and support the localization of other key materials and technologies. For example, companies in related industrial chain links such as lithography machines and light sources are also constantly strengthening cooperation and R&D to jointly promote the development of the chip industry. By supporting the localization of these key materials and technologies, China can further improve the independent and controllable capabilities of China's semiconductor industry. Finally, China also needs to pay attention to and support international cooperation and the coordinated development of the industrial chain. In today's globalized world, no country can exist independently of the world. By establishing an international cooperation mechanism and jointly ensuring the supply security of key materials, the risks brought by unilateral actions can be reduced to a greater extent. At the same time, it is also very important to strengthen communication and collaboration between upstream and downstream enterprises in the industrial chain and form a joint force to jointly cope with various challenges and risks. What are the response measures of the government and enterprises? Faced with the potential risk of supply interruption, the government and enterprises have also taken a series of measures to reduce the risk. On the government side, a series of policies have been introduced to support the research and development and production of key materials such as photoresist. For example, tax incentives, financial support and other support measures are provided to reduce the R&D costs of enterprises and stimulate the innovation vitality of enterprises. At the same time, strengthen the supervision and quality control of imported photoresists to ensure the stability and security of the domestic market. Enterprises are also actively seeking diversified supply channels. By establishing cooperative relationships with photoresist suppliers in other countries and regions to form diversified supply channels to reduce the risk of a single source. In addition, domestic photoresist companies are constantly increasing their R&D investment to improve production technology and process levels and strive to launch high-quality photoresist products. Although China is still facing some challenges and risks in the field of photoresist, China has reason to believe that the future is full of hope. As domestic companies continue to make breakthroughs in the field of photoresist, China has reason to believe that in the near future, China is expected to achieve full localization of photoresist. This will not only help enhance the competitiveness of the domestic semiconductor industry, but also promote the development of high-tech and provide solid guarantees for the country's economic and technological progress. At the same time, with the continuous development of emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence and big data, traditional science and technology industries are undergoing profound changes. China needs to constantly adapt to new technological trends, reduce dependence on traditional materials, and invest in and develop competitive new technology fields. Through industrial upgrading, China can not only reduce supply chain risks but also take the lead in new technology fields. In short, in the face of potential supply cuts, China needs to keep a clear mind and firm confidence. Through efforts in strengthening independent innovation, international cooperation and coordinated development of the industrial chain, China will certainly be able to cope with various challenges and risks, promote the sustained and healthy development of the semiconductor industry, and contribute to the realization of scientific and technological self-reliance. Although photoresist is small, it is related to the lifeblood of the country's science and technology industry. Faced with Japan's monopoly in the photoresist market and the potential risk of supply cuts, China cannot sit idly by but should take positive actions to support the development of domestic photoresists, pay attention to and support the localization of other key materials and technologies, strengthen international cooperation and coordinated development of the industrial chain to jointly cope with various challenges and risks. Only in this way can China occupy a more advantageous position in future scientific and technological competition and realize the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation.